What is up, down, and sideways, all you fine-feathered individuals? Eric and Mark here with you guys to break down the final day of play-in action, round one action, whatever you want to call it here at MSI. This is Group C, Cloud9, Dam1, DFM, and Infinity eSports. And I mean, I'll get the spoilers right out of the way. It's a happy day for fans of North America. And Mark, we don't have to, it's not a funeral for Cloud9 that we're talking about today. So right away, we're on the good foot.
North America survives to live another day, make it to another group stage, and avoid the last for just another couple of days from the rest of the international community the way it is. Cloud9 making sure we're going through, but absolutely, it was not an easy journey for the Cloud9 boys and for any North American fan watching to feel confident on your way through. I want to bring back memories of when TSM had to go against the Gigabyte Marines, and what an eventful journey that was. Not quite up to that level from Cloud9, but absolutely you were sweating it to the same degree.
But right away, I mean, the first game against Dam1 was insane. Probably the best game of the tournament so far. And it started off as a positive because, of course, they come away with the win. So things were just set up for success from there. But this game is the one you want to dive deepest into because not only does Cloud9 beat Dam1, but they beat them and they have Rumble for Canyon.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with the draft and individual performances. The overall meaning of having Cloud9 take this game and even up the series at MSI against Dam1. Make sure, obviously, as we talk, to get through to the group stage, this was a vital, important victory to start off the day.
1 and 2 coming into this day, remember, guys, was Cloud9.
Absolutely. Set the tone, right, for the rest of the group and the rest of the teams here, that this is the Cloud9 that's going to show up today in the way that we're going to play. You look at the performances on the Cloud9 side and what was going on. Starting off in the top lane, big surprise. You got your boy, Fudge.
Best game of his career.
Absolutely best game, making sure dumpstering Khan, who dumpstered Fudge the last time around.
Khan's been dumpstering everybody.
Absolutely at this event. Fudge making sure that it's his Lee Sin getting the better of him. Blabber, better, and I think we can both settle that better is you know, the preferred outcome as opposed to what
better is not best, but it's better.
Absolutely, so we can accept that from him. Perks was good, and when I say good for Perks, that's about as much as you can ask for going up against someone like Showmaker. He was able to keep pace, and let alone what Showmaker was doing.
Silas.
I was going to say what Showmaker was doing on the other side on Silas. For Perks to be able to be even getting a good grade and what he was able to do in comparison and hang on in there, that's a good performance from him in the mid lane. And then when you go down to the bottom lane, I want to specify Vulcan was out of this world amazing in those team fights. We've talked about it in North America before. Why are you putting him on the Alistar? This is the McDonald's specialist at burger flipping from NA. There's no way we're failing on the Alistar. He was fantastic on it all game long. His partner in the bottom side, though, Sven. We're going to have some talks about his performance because the one part that felt lacking and was missing a lot of times in these clutch, you know, big moments for Cloud9 was missing out on Sven having an impactful performance.
Yeah, you had not quite back-to-back, but two key team fights where you saw him be too aggressive and not aggressive enough. The too aggressive one is when he's flashing over into Ghost and Khan's face and getting blown up, and the not aggressive is when he W's instantly. He rocket jumps out of the dragon pit around one of the fights there, and he's just not auto-attacking for 10 seconds, and then eventually flashes over. Luckily for him in Cloud9, that is one of several fights that Fudge saved for them.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations where, again, why we're putting this pressure and this criticism towards someone like Sven, and specifically to me, because he can handle it. And he, you know, is a person that has gone through the international experience. He's been to these finals. He's a champion player. He should be able to step up and deliver those type of performances. You should be able to expect and look at that from him. You're not looking at the same from someone like Fudge, and it was Fudge being the one to bail out a lot of times in these key team fights for Cloud9, to let alone keep them at pace, but keep them in advantageous positions against Dam1 at certain points in the game.
What's still the most impressive about this win for Cloud9 is for 25, almost 30 minutes, it was Dam1 even though the gold was kind of similar for a while, there was just no vision for Cloud9. They were completely starved. The map was fully controlled. As soon as red and blue buffs were spawning on Cloud9 side, they were getting instantly snatched up by Damwon. They had full control. They just sneak a Baron. Eventually, they have a 6k gold lead. We've seen Damwon come back from deficits like that time and time again, but the fact that Cloud9 were able to find these fights when down, that was incredibly impressive.
Yeah, and I think that's the part that absolutely the full 5 deserve their credit for, whether you want to be talking about individual performances and grading them. That's more than okay, but when you look at certain moments in this game, you do have to evaluate as the Cloud9 team, as that 5-man roster moving through and what they were able to accomplish. And as you said, there were times that they were behind, that they did not have the advantages, whether it was through gold, items, or vision, or all 3 of those combined. And they found a way to get the team fight, to get that engage from Vulcan, make things turn around the Dragon Pit. That is, to me, one of the big significance, is that, yes, this is a victory for Cloud9, and sure, you can nitpick if you really want certain mistakes or moments from the Damwon side, but overall, Damwon was in the power seat when it mattered in this game, and it was up to Cloud9 to pull off the team fight to make the execution happen, and they absolutely did it.
All that impressive play, and it still didn't even clinch Cloud9 getting out of this round, advancing to the Rumble round. The next game was DFM versus Infinity, and remember, this was one of 2 soul-crushing losses that DFM had in the first week of action. They bounced back in a big way. It was Evi's Gnar who racked up 11 kills. It's not often you see a Gnar picking up double-digit kills.
No, but Evi's Gnar is not everybody else's Gnar from what we've seen at this event and how he's been able to play. What you saw in this match against Infinity eSports, a major difference in that top side, but overall, everybody from DFM stepped up to the plate in this one, and this seemed more like a course correction from them, given the mistake and the upset that happened earlier in the week.
So that win, which again was pretty dominant, pushed DFM to 2-2, Infinity to 1-3. So C9 and DFM tied at 2-2. And then it was Damwon's turn to go against Infinity. And after the Cloud9 game, okay, people, yes, there were some mistakes that Damwon made. This game, Damwon wins it. There's a Baron steal that's involved. It takes them 36 minutes. It is far from a clean game out of Damwon.
Yeah, this is absolutely a slip-up, more or less, in a lot of areas from this Damwon team. I think definitely a punishment and learning from Infinity, from having played them and from watching some of these games, I think is a very good adaptation. Some of the ways that they chose to pressure Damwon, I thought, was a lot better in this one. But absolutely, this is not, when we were heading into this event and we were talking about Damwon, the form they're going to be and the expectations for them and where they matched up amongst the most hyped up teams that we've had heading to international events, this level of performance is not stacking up to that.
There was multiple moments where it looked like, is this really much of a gold lead for Damwon? You're looking at the map, you're looking across the board, and then you hover to the mid lane matchup and you say, oh, that's a 5-0 Orianna for Showmaker. Oh, he single-handedly has a 3k gold lead. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's where the power really was for Damwon. And then, of course, as you get towards those later fights, you can see where that power is and how it was used for the rest of the Damwon squad. That's what a champion like Orianna can do, right? As we've seen in the past couple of really months, not even weeks, the power that she's been in the mid lane position and what she provides when she's strong in a team fight, unmatched.
So despite the struggle, slow-paced game, slow win for Damwon, they still get the win. It was win number 4, which is enough to advance them to the next round, to the shock of literally nobody who was watching this tournament. And Infinity eSports 1-4 means it ends their run at MSI 2021. The next match was the one everyone was waiting for. It was the highest stakes match of the day, even more so than kicking things off with Cloud9 Damwon, because C9 versus DFM. Because DFM won that first round, it was, if they win, they're through. That head-to-head, they already hold it against Cloud9, even if C9 wins later on, assuming things go well for DFM. And even if they lost to Damwon, it was lights out for NA if they lost this.
And look, there had to be a reward for the good job that Fudge did earlier in the day on that Lee Sin, and his reward was a big old Scion game again for Z9. And the Scion was more than okay in this matchup for Fudge, proven. Look, if teams want to be banning out Rumble against everyone else in the later stages, teams are going to have to start banning out the Scion against Cloud9.
He was out CSing the set in what's supposed to be this counter matchup. Evie was doing push-ups or sit-ups in his face. You do sit-ups at the end of the game when it's guaranteed, not at level 2, guys.
Trust me, I'm the guy that makes that mistake. Level 1, you're waiting for the minions to collide, you're doing the sit-ups, and oh no,
doomed.
The rest of the team, you're caught off guard and blown up type of situation. I tell you what, do the sit-ups after the game. You can't BM too early on the set, and absolutely Fudge turning that BM around, making sure that it is his matchup, his dominance in the top side in this one, starting off with that strong point. But it wasn't just Fudge making sure the dominance was coming through for the rest of the Cloud9.
Early on, I think NA fans collectively were sweating when Blabber is invading and getting first blooded again at level 2.
That is something that we're going to still have to keep track of, obviously, is Blabber's performance and decision making, if you can call it that, indecision making.
It was a decision. He decided to go there.
The wrong one, absolutely, you're right.
But the real story and show on this one was, of course, Perks is Mr. International. A must-win game for Cloud9. He says, no, Victor, no, I don't want that. Give me the Yone. You've seen him feed on it in the spring split in the LCS, but he gets a special kind of buff on a pick like this when we go international.
Yeah, man, we were fools. We were challenging him, week 1, week 2 into the LCS, going, okay, enough of this for fun, Perks. Let's get some, real champions, some real motivation here. Enough of the Yone.
Too early.
We didn't know. He's just been preparing. He's had this 200 IQ, if the foresight, knowing that he was going to have this at MSI in this clutch moment. And this is one of those ones where you talk about, you can talk about the design and the overloaded kits of the new champions that come through. But you talk about a player understanding that kit and knowing how to fully utilize it and maximize and punish you with every single aspect of it. That is what Perks has done on this Yone and what he showcased in this matchup. Nasty, my man.
The amount of pressure that he was putting on the map and then the rest of Cloud9 controlled around it ended up getting them an uncontested Mountain Soul, and then a single pick on the support was a basically uncontested Baron, which was enough for them to just completely snowball this game out of control.
Yeah, and this is definitely when you talk about on the day overall, and you've got the Damwon victory that we can look at and the significance of Damwon. Sure, those all add up. But as you said, this is the one that truly, really did matter. Is you had to answer this one to a lot of people, because I think everyone can understand and accept to some degree that, okay, you might lose the majority of games, if not all of them, to a team like Damwon. But you cannot be losing these games to Detonation Focus Me if you are the way that you have put yourself up as Cloud9 and you present yourself as this type of team domestically and internationally, what you should be able to do. This was a requirement, and everybody on Cloud9, including a couple of from Blabber, was on point for this Detonation Focus Me match.
And the biggest thing through the first 2 games was we were seeing that LCS version of Cloud9 where they weren't playing back. They weren't sitting there playing passive. They were being the aggressors in these games. Even at times against Damwon, they weren't afraid to make the plays, which was our main criticism through their first 3 games.
Yeah, and it looks a lot, and even when you're talking about those first 3 games, right, there's, as we mentioned on the day, quite a significant difference in the overall performance and how you felt about the games, even knowing that they were the same results. Talking about those first 3 ones compared to the Damwon and the next 2 performances from Cloud9, absolutely a nice resounding answer for a lot of people, and for us NA fans, right? The people talking in NA, to get a little bit more confidence and perk yourselves up a bit.
Even with the loss, DFM were not dead in the water. They still had a chance. They just had to have a combination of Infinity upsetting Cloud9, and that's assuming that they could get the win against Damwon. And we preluded this. We said there's going to be a match where Damwon has to beat a team, and then Cloud9 is clinched, and Damwon could easily, do we as Damwon actually want to win this game, or do we want to let Cloud9 suffer and have to play another game? It turns out, despite picking Yasuo and Diana, and going for a little bit of a fun comp, Damwon did want to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. There, and even with the Yasuo Diana, there absolutely is a proven strategy and idea behind obviously the wombo combo of those two, and the absolute insane damage that you're going to be doing from that type of wombo combo. For sure, that still is there, but you got to believe that, yeah, a little bit risky to be pulling this one out, even if you are Damwon in this type of situation. So surely feeling a little bit loose, knowing that they are absolutely more than free heading towards the Rumble stage. And the early parts of this game, it certainly took a while until they found that wombo combo.
Yeah, they were, I'm going to call it borderline griefing some of these games, or some of these
There was
fights.
a lot of limit testing, let's put it that way.
Especially Showmaker was having some fun. That's just the Yasuo way. But yeah, eventually Canyon and him did collect around the Baron Pit, and pretty quickly this game was over from there.
Yeah, this is, we might not have Jackie Love at MSI, but absolutely some positive gaming type of action going on, and this one is what you saw. But as we have said, eventually got it together. They found some of these wombo combo engages, especially the one around the Baron Pit is really where things change back into majority in hand for Damwon and the power that they had in that game. And from that point onwards, it was very simple push forward from Damwon to end this one out.
So 5-1 is where they finished. DFM, unfortunately, their run comes to an end, but the LJL should absolutely be happy with the performance that they put on. I know some of the very tough losses in week 1. Who knows how this day would have played out if they got those wins. But Steel is not going to take up an import slot for the next split, and they're going to get an upgrade at support. Kazu was their former coach, so he's not actually to the level of the rest of the 5 players. So when Worlds rolls around, DFM are going to be looking hella scared.
Absolutely. And I think this is, especially coming from the North American region here with us, that, we've seen many times very close games not go in your way at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter that your result is the one sending you home, even if you want to say, yeah, but this game, it hurts all the same, my man. And we feel bad, but absolutely looking at this one, the performances from DFM, and as you said, the positive changes that can be coming to this roster very soon. This is not a full 4 team. The way that they performed and the way that they showed out here, absolutely punching above their weight class. And as you said, looking forward to getting a look at them, hopefully for Worlds, and what they'll be able to improve upon and provide for us then.
And for Damwon and Cloud9, the 2 squads heading through, everyone now is not as scared of Damwon because they lost to Cloud9. They struggled against Infinity, and Cloud9 completely changing everybody's view of them with the 3-0, especially that win against Damwon.
Absolutely, and I think this is going to lead into the next Rumble stage being very exciting, as we were hoping it would shape up to be, knowing and who we predict to get through. Maybe not the fashion that we predicted a lot of these guys to go through.
No,
but
probably not either of them.
We've absolutely arrived at this point with them booking their tickets to the Rumble stage, and that means that we're going to get Damwon RNG, C9 RNG, and even better, for the people at home, Pentanet versus C9, because, Pentanet versus Damwon will be funny and fun. Oh, yeah, maybe they'll pull off the upset, whatever. But are they going to beat Cloud9? That's the real fun times, my man. Get your memes ready, boys.
There's going to be some kind of big upset, as is tradition at MSI, jumping away from MSI, because we can't ignore the craziness that's going on in the offseason in the LEC. Now it's looking like it's not quite official till the teams actually talk about it, but looking like both Leader and Selfmade will be heading over to Team Vitality, which means the Bwipo jungle rumors, they look true, Mark. They look true.
It is bonkers to believe that this is the road that we have gone on over the course. We didn't believe that Reckless would be leaving Fnatic. And now you have the whole situation of not really, okay, maybe I can buy it, but how can you let go of Selfmade from what he's shown us and the potential and what you can be building? That one's out of there, and then your replacement is Bwipo jungle. Hey man, I've seen the solo queue numbers, and yeah, they're okay, I guess, and we'll have to wait and see. And sure, he's talked a lot of very good points about the jungle and some
smart.
Ideas about it.
We know he knows the game well.
I wouldn't bet against it, is what I will say. Am I in favor of it? That's a completely different question, and no, I am not in favor of it.
From now on,
Looking
I'll
at
believe
Fnatic.
any rumor in the offseason. This last year has shown me anything can happen.
And one of the things, though, that when you look at this and you look at this decision, this idea, or the, I don't know if it's even a decision from Fnatic to make this move, or if this is just a reaction to the move happening, what they're going to choose here. You think about this with almost any other organization in the LEC. You're like, okay, an experiment. This is going to be interesting. Let's just see how it plays out at the very least. But we're not talking about just any franchise in the LEC. We're talking about Fnatic.
It's Worlds.
They need
the bare minimum is making Worlds for them. That's
the bare minimum used to be 1, and then it got shifted down to 2 because G2 showed up, and then now it's been shifted down to 3 because Rogue has put themselves in that conversation. And after this split, Excel's up, and then we're talking about Schalke being there, and then Vitality's making moves like this, and you've got just sitting with Bwipo Jungle.
Yeah, I don't see this Fnatic roster making Worlds, and I mean, with Vitality getting self-made leader, Crown Shot, and the Braver stand there, that's a playoff team. I don't see how they're not finishing higher than Fnatic.
Hey man, that is taking a regular pistol and jamming a shotgun shell right in there to load is what it seems like Vitality has done to load up, get the ammunition going for this summer split. The way that this team is shaped up, the players that they have lined up, and again, if these transactions go through, absolutely, they're set. Their goals are not only just on playoffs for Vitality. This is a Vitality that should be demanding to fight for that top 4 position, if not top 3 in Europe, with this level of talent and potential on the lineup. Very exciting if this comes through from the Vitality side. But we're just left here puzzled and stunned like the rest of the Fnatic fans, seeing what's happened to the graveyard of this organization.
Unless Mad Lions perform incredibly well to close out MSI and EU's getting a 4th seed at Worlds, I don't see how Vitality, Fnatic, or anyone else is making Worlds, because G2, Rogue, Mad Lions, I don't see anyone making it over those 3.
Absolutely, and this is one of the type of things where you talk about the moves to contend with that. And what you can see is Vitality having an opportunity, right? There's avenues, there's potential for this roster to exceed, be higher, lower, whatever, but they're going to be up there. I don't think either of us can predict or are willing to put money on the same for Fnatic with what we've heard.
And, I mean, you mentioned it. A guy like Adam coming in, you have Bwipo swapping, Niski and Upset are still good foundations. Other squads would be happy and excited to watch this team, but the standard is so incredibly high for Fnatic that yes, it's so much a win now organization. It just feels like fans aren't going to be willing to wait.
Yeah, and this isn't meant to be like a super knockdown type of thing, but you look at what Excel has been doing and some of the rumors that we've seen from them, who they're going to be bringing through, and bringing back Nuke Duck and all these type of things. That's okay for Excel. Right, one of these type of teams to be, that's the type of move, that's the type of risk that you're taking, a chances to move up and be interesting, whatever, see how it plays out. As we've said, this is not okay for an organization with a stature like Fnatic to fall down like this, because you're getting into TSM territory if you're going to do this.
It seems to be a safe bet these days in EU to just run a full EU Masters team, because the talent there is out of control. But that is it today for League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with you guys as always. Thanks for hanging. We'll catch you on the flippity flip.